What's going on, YouTube? It's DJ. Thank you for joining me. Today we got a lot of important news with crypto. This week is the Bitcoin conference, so a lot of interesting stuff. But before we get started, let's take a look at crypto bubbles. So we have Bitcoin SV up 16% for the day. We have eCash up 5%. Aave up about 8%. Market not looking too bad, a little bit mixed. On CoinMarketCap, the Fear and Greed Index is at a 63, so a little bit of greed in the market. So Bitcoin pulls back sharply after touching 70K. And when I was looking at the charts, it didn't actually hit 70K, but it was literally like right there on the mark, about to touch it. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is down about 1% for the day at $67,147. And some important news for the day, Mt. Gox already distributed 66% of all its Bitcoin. This is great news. Once they get rid of the last third of it, we won't have to hear about it ever again. And all the FUD will be done with. And a fun fact, most of the people who are getting their lost Bitcoin back are actually holding on to it. So they've seen how much value they've gained from it, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to get rich from this if I'm not rich already. Ethereum up 2% for the day at $3,330. So Ethereum looks like it's going to just continue to go up. If we look at the chart, looks like it's already hit its bottom and it's ready to just push that $3,500 mark and keep on moving. Solana, $183. So it looks like it's flipping Ethereum in 24-hour DEX volume, the fees and active addresses, and revenue generation. So generated over $5.6 billion. That's crazy. Probably the most important thing for this video, RFK Jr., only Bitcoin can guarantee US dollar reserve currency status. So this is huge because right now countries are just running away from the dollar. They don't want to invest in it. Even Americans are just losing their quality of life because they're having trouble keeping up with their bills. They're maxing out their credit cards. Things are not looking good. But with Bitcoin, they feel like, individuals we see, with our returns, that Bitcoin can get the dollar out of this bubble that it's in. It's in a deep hole, and with Bitcoin, we'll be able to fix it because Bitcoin is so limited and so scarce that this whole situation of just printing money to infinity will be over with, and hopefully we can actually have an asset that will be able to back the dollar just like we used to before Nixon ended that. We had a dollar that was backed by gold. So that would be great news. And RFK Jr. wants to have 4 million Bitcoin in our reserve. So another article, Bernstein says crypto is no longer a bipartisan issue amid Trump's Bitcoin promises and Harris's late olive branch. So this is also big news because right now Trump is the one who's being more crypto friendly. He's the one that's being recognized as the one to adopt it because Democrats have been more anti-crypto, especially Biden in specific. However, Democrats are not going to be able to avoid Bitcoin. Bitcoin is inevitable, and if America wants to have any type of financial power or dominance in the future, or they want the dollar to be relevant, they're going to have to embrace crypto. So I agree with him that both parties are going to be embracing it at some point. U.S. government moves $2 billion worth of Bitcoin after Trump's no-sell speech. And Trump also said in his speech that all the U.S. Bitcoin that they currently have, he's not going to sell it. He's going to literally hold on to it because it's the number one rule for Bitcoiners. Don't sell your Bitcoin. El Salvador. They propose a crypto trade with Russia amid sanctions pushback. Now, this is because El Salvador, they have crypto, Bitcoin as legal tender. Russia, they don't have that yet, but they're becoming a little more crypto friendly because they've allowed mining in the country and stuff recently. So El Salvador, they're a little more, I would say things are not as favorable for them when it comes to trade. Russia, they export a lot of goods to El Salvador, but El Salvador does not ship a lot of things to Russia. So the trade is not fair to them, and El Salvador feels like crypto would significantly improve that. Now, this is good for Solana. Their PayPal stablecoin is doing better than the Ethereum stablecoin. So, you know, not bad. Trump pledges to fire Gary Gensler and support crypto. Gary Gensler's always been in the way of Bitcoin, and he's not the only one, but he said he was going to fire him on day one. And when he said that during his speech, everybody in the crowd just went bananas. I mean, it was crazy. And yeah, he's able to get that done, then the whole entire market just reacts to everything that Trump says. So if he actually does more than just say something and he actually does something, the market's just going to go completely parabolic. I mean, this is a huge announcement. Every article that we're seeing on a daily basis is just showing you how big Bitcoin is going to be and how it's going to completely transform the digital landscape and the financial future, because someday we're going to be looking at cash and saying, why the hell are we using an asset that is infinite and has no real value when I can be using something that is scarce and something that people actually want because they know it's scarce? And the government is not going to be able to just create more of it and tell you, how to use it and stuff. So this is really, a very pivotal moment in financial history. So it's very good that you guys are early to watching this. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.